Hi, this is Jason from Horrific Nightmares, and welcome back to the Fangoria Movie Challenge. This is the segment I've been doing with my good buddy, Joe the Horror Man, where we're not only going to watch, but also review all 101 movies Fangoria thinks we should have seen. Today, we're going to be talking about Day of the Dead. Day of the Dead is a 1985 film which runs approximately 101 minutes and is written and directed by the late, great George A. Romero. He passed away on July 16, 2017 at the age of 77. He was responsible for Land of the Dead, The Crazies, and Monkey Shines. Now the stars Laurie Cardell as Sarah. She was in No Pets, Bunch of Shorts, and some TV. Terry Alexander as John. He was in Conspiracy Theory, The Last Call, and Lace. And Joseph Pilato as Rhodes. He passed away on March 24th, 2019 at the age of 70. He was in Pulp Fiction, Dawn of the Dead, and Effects. Now the budget on this was $3.5 million, and it had a worldwide gross of a little over $5 million. Okay, I'm not going to go into the plot so much because this is a 1985 film, and if you haven't seen this film, definitely go out and see it. I'll just kind of sum it up very shortly. This, of course, was after Dawn of the Dead, which was in the mall. This is at a secret military base where you have military people and doctors. The military people are supposed to be there to protect the doctors. The doctors are supposed to be there in order to find a cure and experiment on the dead. Now, after being there for a while, they start to turn on each other. And that's basically the story. The doctors turn on the soldiers, soldiers turn on the doctors, all hell breaks loose, and there you have Day of the Dead. Now, I wanted to talk about this film a little bit because I noticed a definite change over the years since I'm a little older. Some people will say I'm ancient, but I am a little older. And I remember everyone's love for Night of the Living Dead and Dawn of the Dead. But it seemed like in '85 when this came out. Now, I did not see this in the theaters. I rented it when it came out. I'd already seen Dawn and Night of the Living Dead. It seems like when this came out, everybody said this was the best zombie movie ever. Now, I noticed that over the years, this has changed because of nostalgia, of viewing the films multiple times. It could be a lot of different things. But it seems like Dawn is the favorite among most people. It's definitely my favorite. I do like Day of the Dead, but it's last placed in the original trilogy, in my opinion. Now, what this does have, definitely better than the first two, is the makeup and special effects, which were done by Tom Savini and Greg Nicotero. Greg Nicotero is also in the film. He doesn't have a huge part, but the effects that they were able to create were, in my opinion, groundbreaking for the time. Everybody talks about Maniac, and believe me, I am a big Maniac fan. The scalping, the shotgun to the head. But some of the effects in this movie are just amazing. They're just amazing. Guy leans over, his guts fall out. They actually pull that one a couple times in the film. And it's just a very solid zombie film. It seemed like, and I have said this before, people who know me know that I had a chance to meet George A. Romero probably a year before he died. And it was at a Monster Mania. I was having family issues. My grandmother was going through Alzheimer's and all. And I basically missed Monster Mania. I went on Sunday with like an hour left to go. George Romero was still there, still signing autographs. I sat about 20 feet from him, kind of reflecting on the day. And I didn't go get an autograph. which is one of my biggest regrets ever. I mean, I didn't know he was going to pass away. I mean, who does? But I just think he was a brilliant, brilliant director. And one of the things I like so much about George A. Romero is the fact that he's able to get a point across without bashing you over the head like so many movies nowadays. This film has a bunch of messages in it, as does Night of the Living Dead, as does Dawn of the Dead. And he was able to get that through without spoon feeding everyone. And, it's just, he made his point. And he didn't have to go overboard to make it. And I appreciate that in his filmmaking. I just think he was a genius. I do. So, this is actually the Scream Factory. You probably can't tell because I'm a little old school, of course. And, yeah. It's the DVD, which most of them I have on Blu-ray, but I do have a couple Scream Factory DVDs of mainstream movies. This one and Prince of Darkness, I believe, are the only two that I have of the mainstream titles. But yeah, Day of the Dead is a classic. It's a fantastic film. And I wanted to pair this one up with something that had both zombies and military sort of setting. So I went with Outpost. Now, I love this series. I think this movie is fantastic. Of course, Day of the Dead's better in my opinion. But I love Outpost. I love the second one. I love the third one. I just think it's a great trilogy, in my opinion. I love the whole Nazi theme to it. I almost went with Dead Snow, speaking of Nazis. But I figured Outpost would probably be a better match for Day of the Dead. Check out Day of the Dead. It's a great film. It definitely holds up today. Check out Outpost, and check out the two sequels to it as well. It's a really good trilogy. And don't forget to check out Joe's review and what he recommends. And if you like what you see in here, hit that like button and subscribe. And until next time, peace.